Hello Flastu, my name is Tamara, and in today's video you will see the first finished designs, projects of this winter, and I will also show you how some other designs are progressing. And I have a finished project. Yes, I finished stitching Christmas Peace by Nan, which is a great delight to me because, you know, the moment I think that Nan cannot, how to say, surprise me with anything, it surprised me very nicely with, how to say, stitching techniques which were here in this work, because there were some stitches which I haven't practiced yet anywhere. So this is how it looks like, Christmas Peace. My stitch was made so I had just the original chart, which I managed to buy, but the embellishment pack, it was my choice. I made it, and I think that I made a good decision. So this is how the work looks like. You know, even if the design is okay according to just measurements, sizes, it's not a small design, but it was an easy and quick stitch, and it was a very how they say, pleasant and nice stitch. So if you have this one in stash and haven't stitched it yet, I would highly recommend. You'll enjoy it greatly and deeply. Okay, if we speak about the materials which I used, first of all, the key recommends 28th count. It's either Witchelt 10 or it's light mocha from Zweigart. This is light mocha from Zweigart, and I chose this one because I had this one in stash, so I didn't have to buy it. That's why I chose it. Honestly, when starting stitching and seeing the effects of the threads on the fabric, I would tell you the following. In case you decide to change the fabric, I mean the color of the fabric, choose something which is not recommended by the key. If you are going to choose something lighter than this, then the white colors won't look so nice, because here is the effect of the white color on darker linen. So here a lot of elements here are based on this focus. So bear this in mind if you want to choose something lighter, that the effect is not going to be the same. So the fabric according to the key. These are the threads which were used. So very few shades, I would say, of threads for this one. There were blends, not a lot, but there were blends. And it requires also a cranic. This is 205C cord. It's cord, but it's very, very thin, if you see. It's kind of blend of black and gold. You can see it here, because it splits. I wouldn't say that it's the most pleasant thread to work with, but it's not the worst gold metal thread I worked with, so it's somewhere in between. It's possible to work with it. Also, it requires the stitching of the design. It requires pearl thread, 8 size, blank, white, from DMC. Also, from the embellishment pack, which I didn't have, so the threads were like purchased because the key says so. About the embellishment pack. The embellishment pack in this design, I already said at the very beginning, contains 2 shades of beads. This is Petite White and Petite Gold. Petite White, it's 479, and Petite Gold, this is 40557. Very popular colors of beads, like in a lot of, Just Nan designs, these ones. And something else which I used, this is the so-called elements Heishi from Tierra Cast. I can show you already here being, you see, this 4. And that's it, you don't need anything else for the design. That's it. Okay, speaking about the design, why I was so thrilled and so surprised, and why did I like it so much, I can tell you which elements enchanted me the most. First of all, I like the fact that, okay, one of the explanations that this one is being stitched fast is it doesn't have many colors of threads, and it doesn't have like the confetti style, you know, like you stitch 1, 2, 3 threads, you have to change. It's very kind of everything is together. For example, this green one, this branches, they are a blend, but it's the same color. You don't change, you just go, you start and you go. The white one, it's pearl, white pearl, everything. There are like Algerian eyelets here, a little, some of them. That's it. Even this rose here, it doesn't have how to say, many colors, and they come one next to the other, so it's they're very logically stitched. By the way, about these candlesticks, it says in the key says to use a blend of this color of DMC and this cord. But in the same explanation of how to stitch the band, Nan says that she did otherwise. She took 2 threads, so it should be 1 thread of this and 1 thread of this, 1 it should be the combination. But she said that she took first 2 threads of this one, 38, 28. She stitched the cross stitches, made the cross stitches, then took the cord, of course 1, and she went like on the cord with this cord, like half stitch on each of the cross stitches, but the direction of the stitch, it should be like the upper part of the stitch, if you understand what I mean. I did the same thing, and I think this is a very good idea, because if you do the blend and you stitch with the blend, you probably know that the golden thread not all the time can be on top. You see, it can be underneath, and in all the stitches you'll see that you have gold here, but when you get every stitch like on the top with this gold, already you can see it like nicely, and it has a very nice effect. So take it in how to say, pay attention to this detail if you want to stitch this one. And then the flames of the candles, they come here also. It's chronic, and then it's color. The next element, it's just cross stitches and a little back stitch. When I say a little, I mean like this, with this cord. By the way, this cord, it was used quite a lot, I would say. Now it's thin, it's not very well seen in the all the elements, but this is the effect, so that the gold will just, you know, like blink, twink somewhere here and there. So it was quite a lot of back stitch here. Then I liked this stitch quite a lot. It's easy, but it's nice. I don't remember having such a stitch with just Nan so far in one of her works. This is tie d'oblong cross, this one, because you make with the white one, you make the long cross stitches, and then you go with this dark red here, like there. Then the next band, it was just cross stitch, you see, on the roses. One of my tricks when stitching such designs is that I used to go with the same. For example, I looked at the green one, how can I connect even here, like make the how they say, the connection underneath, because if this one goes here and I make the rose like on top, it doesn't have any sense to finish the stitch and start the stitch like here again. So I went like with the green ones first, went like this, and then did the roses. And doing the roses, I took one color, did the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, then the second color again. So I didn't change the color for each of the roses. I was making all the roses in the same time, like finished them all in the same time. And also golden beads here come among these roses. Then it's an element, this one. Honestly, when I saw it on the preview, I thought that this is going to be very, very difficult to be made. But honestly, it was like quite easy, quite quick to be made. This is called the Scotch Corners variation. So here the pink color which you see, this is a cross stitch and some quarter stitches made like the first ones underneath. Then with the white one you make these corners, and then you make a cross like on top with the golden one, and that's it. It was very simple, you know. Everything which looks complicated and time consuming here, it wasn't. This was the surprise which I had. Then the next band is just cross stitch again. You see the again roses. It's green and cross stitch and white pearl beads. Then it comes the first big element, so-called first big element, the doves, they are called. They come in two colors. They are white, the DMC white, and they come with this one, 3024. I don't know if you see it, this gray one. On the preview, it's seen better. If you look on the preview at these doves, you can see the gray better. I don't know, I think you can see gray better. Wasn't, how they say, like, didn't matter that this gray is not seen as well as in the preview, but when I came to the eyes of the doves, they also should have been made with this gray, and they should be in Smyrna cross stitch, and this was the element which I understood that they are not going to be seen so well. That's why I took the next DMC shade, this is 3023, and used this one to make their eyes. So this was the only change I made, which is not according to the key. That's it. Was tempted to take something even darker, but no. We shouldn't. Then if you look at these two elements, when you stitch them, it's like 8 white cross stitches. It's nothing, but when you attach the beads, they look extremely nice. Then this wreath, Christmas wreath, the doves are keeping it. Here the tassels, they are made with blend of again this two, and here I made the blend, so I didn't like make any tricks, just made the blend. And in the center of the wreath, it's this element. So each heishi is like pinned in its place with one petite bead gold. It's the same when you attach Margarita's mill heel or how they are called, Swarovski Margaritas with a petite bead. It's the same effect, you see. And in the middle there is a pearl bead. A thing which I didn't see in the key, but I saw it on the preview. So if you see this element is tied to the bow, like this, you see, with cord, with gold cord craning. This is not, I didn't see this one in the chart, but I saw it on the preview. If you look on the preview, you can see it. So I did it, but I think it's not so important. Next element, again, it's one of those elements which look very complicated, but they are not. How this one is called, let me see, outlined double cross, this one is called. So first, it's very important to read carefully what they say there, to look a little bit at the like this one. Come on, very important to look at this one, and you are you can do everything. So here it's like you make underneath the element with white, then you go with the cranic like on top, and then you make crosses with pink here and here, and that's it. That's it. This beauty is relieved. Then it's the black work, if we call it in a simple language, it's backstage with this wine color. And what I liked about this element a lot is the fact that for this one also it was like in the chart, so that you would make it logically, simply, nicely, and you wouldn't get lost. They also gave here and how to do it. This is great. This is really, really great. So this one was made very quickly and very logically, and not going like, here, there, like organized one. Then is the second element, a bigger one, I would say so. So here it's the same, kind of the same as here. It's just there are 3 candlesticks, so the same color for the branches, the same effect for the candlesticks, so everything is the same. The only thing which was different here is the fact that you have to attach the beads like this, the pearl beads, and you have to make a backstitch with this cranic gold cord between them, and it's such a element. Nice one. Then the next element, it was simple. It was like just cross stitches in 2 colors and some backstitch with cording between them. The next one is these 4 roses, which they took time. They're not complicated, it's just cross stitch, but I don't know why it took time to stitch them. But they're nice, and they come here like 3 pearl beads each, and there is a golden one here in the middle. Beautiful again, this one. Then it was the peace, word peace, which is stitched with pearl thread, white pearl thread. This one. But you leave space here because these specialty stitches in each letter, they are, let me remember, they are double cross eyelet. This one, double cross eyelet they are made, and each of the letters come with 4 beads, golden beads, see. Then again, one band which I thought that is going to be difficult to be made, but no. This one are triple Evia fans, these flowers. They come in 2 colors. They come wine color, and then the pink one, it's a blend. It's not one color, it's a blend. And when you finish them, you just make on top a cross with cranic again, with, I don't know if that one is seen. And between them there are pearl beads as well. You see, pearl beads go everywhere. Next one, it's a double herringbone. Yes, double herringbone. The lighter green which comes underneath here is in 2 threads, and the darker green which comes here is in 1 thread. It's like this. And the roses here, simple, like the white is again this pearl thread. The white pearl thread was used quite a lot here, I would say, and the roses and the green one come with DMC thread. And there is again this element, but now it comes with gold beads, and again you have to make backstitch with cranic in between them, so that it would be like this one. I forgot to tell you that this ribbon here, this red ribbon, I don't know if it looks like cross stitches for you, but this one is a mosaic stitch. This one comes in mosaic stitch. This one. When you look like carefully, you can see that the effect is a different one. And that's it. The whole design. A very beautiful one, I would say. Of course, I would like to finish this one. My plans are to finish this one as a bell pull, because I bought a bell pull especially for this one. I already said that I would have liked to finish this one in the golden bell pull. I have finished the autumn September song, but this design, this work is too wide for that one. That's why I bought a different one. This is Permin, if I'm not wrong, and this one I bought like especially so that it would fit, and I would have it on here a little bit of more space. Yes, so I hope that I'll manage to finish this one so that it would be a Christmas decoration for this year. So it's a very nice work, it's a very beautiful work. If you have it in a stash, if you don't have it in a stash, and if you want to stitch it, I strongly recommend to stitch it, because it's a joy to stitch this one. And the design is finished, yes. I finished it into a bell pull, as I said. Just wanted to show you how the final variant looks like. So here is the dark red fabric which I purchased for the hardanger back, like which I wanted to put in the cross and patch autumn design, and I said for that one that it's too red, and I chose a rust color for that one. So this one was perfect here. So I'm very glad when I'm using the things which I'm buying and they are not appropriate for what, or they don't go with the initial purpose I'm buying them from. So when I actually find them a use, it doesn't matter if it's fabric for stitching, fabric like this for decorating, if it's floss left over, everything makes me very, very glad. So this is how I made the back. Here the edges, I attached a cord. The cord didn't buy for this design, so I found it in the, so you know, when like getting everything together to finish this one, I wanted some cord here. I was looking in what I had in order to see if maybe I have something. If not, I would order. And I found this one. This one is kind of cream and gold, but it's a kind of white gold, I would say, or not so yellowish gold. But nevertheless, it goes very nice with this one. I would say it's very subtle, you know, it's not like, how to say, very goldy, so that you would pay attention to it. It just goes there somewhere on the edges and makes the design nice. If you noticed here, I sewed this one, because usually I use the things which close themselves, and I did this thing because this bell pull turned to be very nice, because you see the edges, they came out. You're like, you see, they come out, and you take the work out, you put it back. This is great. This is absolutely great. So it means if I'm going to, or not if, when I'm going to finish another design for this bell pull, I'll have just to do the same thing, because I like this way of making this edge, because I don't know, I think it looks nicer like this. So this is it. The design is ready. It makes me very, how do I say, happy that I have such a Christmas decoration. I left, by the way, here like 4 centimeters here, 4 centimeters here. Initially I left 2 here, but when I tried to see if it fits the bell pull, still I needed a few millimeters, because I had didn't take into account that I will have the cord, because of the cord, you know. So I left like 3 millimeters, I think, each side. I still like make it narrower, so that it would fit perfectly here. Yes, it's not perfect because I put it together by hand, but nevertheless, it makes me glad that I can do it by myself with things, because still it's handmade, and I think it's okay. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It's mine, and it's okay. Yeah, I won't tell you any more details about the stitching, about the other things, because I have told you enough. I'm going to just enjoy the bell pull on the wall. I will be very interested to see the stitch of this design in the case of those stitchers who are going to buy the reprint, because I'm curious to see what is there inside of the embellishment pack, and to see how their designs are going to turn on and how they are going to finish it. So yes, waiting for other stitches of this design. And I wanted to show you how much I have done on this work. So finally I finished the fountain. I think this one looks exceptionally great. I like it a lot, how it turned to be. What I was left here, it was just some beads, and I was sure that I would finish them quite quickly, but it took me like 4 hours to attach the rest of the beads and the treasures. So in the middle there is a cube, crystal EB cube, and there are like 12 let's see if it wants to, no, it doesn't want to concentrate, show it to show it closer, beconuses, and yeah, indeed it's beautiful. Now I'm going to turn the frame. That's why I wanted to show you how much I have stitched so far. I cannot show you all of it because still there is a part under that one, but this one is nice, really nice. At this moment it's 33% and 31%, I think, so it's a third of the design stitched. Secretly, I hope that next year I'm going to stitch the rest of it, but I'll see. Nevertheless, the stitching is very nice. And I also finished stitching Merry Little Christmas by Shepherd's Bush, which has to come in this Christmas red tray. So this is what I need to have. This is what I have. The fabric, by the way, this is Vintage Country Mocha by Zweigart, because Vintage Country Mocha, this side, it doesn't have the, you see? I know this for sure. And this is how the design looks like. And I made some changes. And there were threads which, if you don't have something else in stash, they are not going to be enough. In a second, I'll tell you about that. Okay, so first of all, the whitest white which should be here, this is the only silk thread, and this is creme de la creme. I don't know which brand this one is. I don't know. And I changed it because I wanted something whiter. So I changed it for this one, for Wix Dye Works Whitewash. And I think I'm going to change for the rest of them in case I won't like the whiteness. So this white comes for the snowman. This is a reindeer sheep. This is a sheep again, the snowflakes, the Saint Nick's hat, beard. So quite a lot. The candy canes, the windows. So I changed everywhere, and I like how it turned out. By the way, these are the leftovers, if in case you're curious. There weren't a lot of threads from the very beginning, because here it should be stitched in one thread, and I stitched on one thread as they ask. Then the purple, it's again like in the previous one, the kind of purple which I don't like. I call it dirty purple. Where is it? Here it is. Come on. Here it is, the purple which is here. And I don't like this color of purple, this shade of purple, let's say. So I pulled out again the Peoria purple Wix Dye Works, which I used for the Halloween design. But if you would notice here, the colors are not so bright, and this bright purple, it would have spoiled the how they say, the tone of the overall work. And I looked into my threads, didn't find anything appropriate, but in the leftovers from the shepherd's fold, I found Peoria purple, a thread, honestly one thread, and I used that one. So I changed with purple haze, sorry, purple haze. It's called that one. This purple is also needed here to write Merry Little Christmas, but I wrote Merry Little Christmas with red floss, because I wanted this way. I wanted it this way. Then, if we speak about the reds, there is a darker red and a brighter red. The brighter red, it was just one skein, and that skein, I had just one thread, and I had to stitch everything here, you see. So that one thread, it wouldn't have been enough for sure. I think I've got mistaken, either they are filling in all the these sets like this, these kits like this, but it's not enough. It should have been two, because that one is brick. It's Wix Dye Works and it's brick, and I was very lucky because I had leftover, and I took that leftover. So having that leftover, I already finished this one here, and already having it, I was able to write here Merry Little Christmas, because in the beginning I wanted to write with this dark red, because I have leftovers of dark red, more leftovers. But when I saw that it's not enough and I had to add my own brick, I used this one because it's brighter. Like with this red, it's brighter. So be careful about that. Make sure you have leftovers for yourself. And with the greens, you know, like the green which comes here, all the grass on this heel. Usually the grass on the heel in the designs which I stitched so far, it was soie d'argent, it was silk. Here it's Wix Dye Works, and it's the color Oscar. And I don't have this one, and it was just two skeins, and you need a lot, you see, because it's the darker green and this lighter green, and it's a lot. You need a lot here, and I don't know why they put so, because it was, I used it until the last thread, you see. that one is also again a little bit stressing, but till the end I stitched everything, and I'm telling you, the problems which I already had, I don't have them anymore. So I attached the buttons here, and this would be all about stitching problems which are not problems anymore. And I'm going to finish this one into a pin keep and insert here and show you how the final result looks like. And here is the finished item. Very nice. You know, when you stitch, it's nice stitching. It's like everything looks nice, but when you finish them into these boxes, they look much nicer. This is how it looks like. This is how the box looks like. Tray, sorry, not the box, the tray. In comparison, this is how the Halloween one looks like. And the next one is going to be in spring. We'll see. So kind of half a project is stitched. I have 2 more. So yeah. We'll see each other with continuation of this project in spring. Very nice, very nice. Love it a lot. And the new Nan mouse on the tin, the gingerbread piece mouse on the tin, was delivered to me. So I want to open it, start and stitch it and finish it. And if I'm going to manage to do this, I would like to show this one in this video as well. Everything is as usual, like the chart, the pack with sweet candies. And if you are curious to see what's inside, stay with me. Okay, if to speak about the materials which I needed for this design, speaking about the fabric first of all, according to the key, it is said to use Zweigart Antique Almond, Belfast linen, 32nd count, or Picture This Plus, gingerbread, Belfast linen. The thing is that Antique Almond by Zweigart is out of production, so I checked. And I think it's out of production. Maybe I'm wrong and they named it differently. That color is called differently now. Tell me if I'm wrong. Gingerbread by Picture This Plus. I have this one, and when starting to stitch the Biscornu, also by Nan, I told you in that video that I have the feeling that this one the count is smaller. And you know what? On this count, I stitched this mouse, the Santa mouse. Look at the size of this mouse and look at the size of this mouse. They both are supposed to be stitched on this 32nd count. So visibly it's evident that this one is bigger. This one is bigger. So no way I'm going to stitch on this count. I thought that maybe they made a mistake when stick this thing, and it's actually it's 36th count. And they stick this one, I don't know, but I'm not going to stitch on this one because the mouse is going to be smaller and I don't want a smaller in size mouse. So what I chose actually, it's the Permine, it's amber, and I had it in my stash. It's not the favorite fabric for such things because it's quite stiff, but I think I'm going to deal with it. The threads which I needed here, this is DMC, not a lot of them, I would say, take into account that this one is going to be needed just for the eyes and this one for the nose and for the ears. So these are the working colors actually. Yes, one of the browns, I couldn't find the bobbin with the thread, found the new one, just took it, and I'm going to work with it because I'm very eager to start. And it's needed one cranik. This is number 4 very fine braid. It's 102. It's the Vatican gold. And sorry for my voice, I am ill, but you know, I wanted very much to start this one, and I decided that to film a few minutes and to show you this project as well. And let's see the embellishments. So we have the tin. This is how the tin looks for this one. It's empty now, but it's going to be full. Then it's the let me show this one. So it's the the down part of the mouse with the a magnet, because it sticks to the tin, the tail of the mouse, and the felt, which is used for the other side of the needle case, this one. But I haven't used this one so far, because for the previous two I used fabric for this side as well. And I connected them here with the biscornu stitch, something like this. So probably it's going to be the same thing I'm going to do here. And inside of this pack I took out the interesting thing. So the paper with peace on earth message, it is supposed probably to stick it to a needle and like this. I'm not going to use this one, not because I don't like the message, but because the previous ones don't have anything like here, and this one is going to be the same. I want maximally possible this ones to be serious. Then there is the dove, which is supposed to be also on the needle book. It's a bead, it's a nice one. And then the things which are supposed to be parts of her I decided it's a she hat. And there is a bead here. It's a darker bead. If you see that one, also it's supposed to be here. So this is for the hat. And if we speak about the beads, we have just one bead which is supposed to be for the hat, and for the others we have petite beads. We have gold ones and pink ones, and the bigger beads are white with red stripes, the peppermint beads as they are called. And that's it. So I'm going to start stitching it, finishing it, and of course you'll see what is it going to happen next. And the gingerbread piece mouse is ready, and I wanted to show you how does it look like being finished. By the way, it took very little time for me to stitch this one and finish this one. As I was expecting that the stitching would take longer, but now it didn't take so much. So I don't know, it is either here is less stitching than in these two, or it's just my opinion. If you're going to stitch this one, I would like you to share your opinions as well. So let me show you how it looks, this one. As I said, not a lot of stitch. There are like except like the eyes, the nose, the ears, and the cheeks, which all of them have. And there are two doves here, like two ribbons here, two doves. What else? The holy berry, or how it's called, this Christmas plant correctly. And there is a Christmas tree here, which is quite unusual because it's stitched in white floss, white DMC floss, and the decorations, the bead decorations, they are like the peppermint beads and the gold beads, and it has like the thing which usually comes here. And there was a little like backstitch. I wouldn't say that a lot. There was some backstitch here which means I didn't understand why we needed this, but still I made it. And the beads, I said already, the pink beads come here in these flowers, because these flowers come made from like in middle they have the gold bead and the pink ones here, and I already said about this one. So not so much stitching, not so many beads on this one. And the hat, I used a little bit of glue and I put everything together here, and the hat was ready. The hat is nice, by the way. I liked very much the hat. And this one turned out to be, just a sec, like this. This one is smaller, still it's smaller than these ones, even if it was the regular 32nd count fabric. But I looked at the stitching which is used here. The space, I mean the stitching here is less, so I think initially this one is thought to be little, not so big as this one's. So I imagine if I would have stitched that one on the picture with plus, which I said that it's tiny, it would have been even tinier than this one. And here it is as usual with mice are, and here it is, and this is how it looks on the tin. And in the tin we have something else. We have the supposed needle book, but in my case it's just a decoration. It's not a needle book because here I don't use felt, but I use the same piece of fabric I stitch this one on. I'm just stitching the edges, like making the biscornu stitch, and I connect them with the biscornu stitch. And here is the dove. So this one was really simple, like few stitches, like 8 beads, and attaching this one, the dove, and that's it. But I like very much how the stiffness of permine, how made this one to look like, because in comparison I can show you the other two, and these ones are on Wix That Works according to the key. I mean, look, this one's coming like this, and here's this one. You see? Nice. No practical use, but very nice. I like them very much. This one's, by the way. So here we are. We have all the mice, all the mice which were released so far. We have them together, kind of like this. And from the embellishment pack, this is the leftover, of course, except the piece of felt which I didn't use, but I don't know where this one is because I didn't keep it. So I have the piece of paper which I didn't use because I said that I won't, and the beads, which in this case are pretty much, I think these are going to be enough for one more stitch. But still, besides the beads, you need many other things, you see. The beads are not enough to make one full, how do I say, mouse, at least like this one, because you have to think about the tail, you have to think about this one. So yes, nice, really nice. That's it about the short and nice stitching of this project. And of course, I said, if you're going to stitch this one, I would be happy to for you to share your feelings about this stitch as well. And that's everything I wanted to show you in this video. Without planning it, it seems that I am showing you the 2 new releases by Just Nan. Why without planning it? Because this one I stitched from scratch, and when I was like organizing myself to stitch this one, put everything together, there wasn't even the announcement that this one is going to be reprinted. And when I found out, I didn't change my mind because I already had all the materials and I was sure that I'm going to make a good job with this one. And meanwhile, when the shops already had these ones in stock, I purchased the mouse and I finished it. And there was also a new release. It was the needle slide, like not the stitching part, stitching thing. Didn't buy that one because first of all, I'm not collecting the needle slides. I have a few of them and I just feel that I don't need more now. Maybe if a needle slide will be released which will be like super wow and I will want it a lot, I will purchase it. But so far I wasn't tempted to buy that one. And that's it. I hope you liked the video. I hope it was interesting for you, and see you in my next videos. Until then, bye bye.